And we are back for the next series. I'm getting a really weird voice, I don't know why. Don't ask me. Second series of the day, Kaiserklein versus Knuschelbär. Should be a really nice series to watch. And this is going to be the last games for CMC and the Nila Ninjas in this tournament before playoffs, obviously. One of these teams will probably go to the playoff, maybe both. We'll see, depending on SKG results. So the first map is going to be Florida. We are going to see the same map pool as we saw the game before. And we're going to see Kaiserklein playing as Germany, really surprising, and Knuschelbär playing as Japan. Not the first time we see this matchup on this map once again, but these two guys are really solid players, so I expect to see some top level Jap and some top level Germany over here. We'll have to check the start, which is a coin start this time, but both players having a market, so should be able to spend these resources and coin, for example, pretty efficiently. Let's have a look on hunts. We've got a first and a second one, third and probably fourth. Even this one is thirdable. And for Japan, we have the starting hunt, a second one, third being slightly away. Overall, Germany has more hunts, I'd say, but since anyway Japan not gonna hurt, I don't know if it matters that much. Nice 60 food pick for Japan, getting two nice divan strikes, and Germany is going to go for a trading post, which means that, did he find a coin treasure or something? No, he didn't. So he's just gonna gather a bit of coin and trade his 100 coin to get more wood, and just get a trading post like this, which is a nice trade you can do on this map. And that's actually the same for Japan. You could just gather 25 or 26 coin and gather your crate and switch it for food or perhaps wood to get another shrine. Japan being a team on the map, getting some sheep, and yeah, it's going to be pretty much uncontested since Germany is going for a trading post. Kaiser is going to get himself 20 woods, not the greatest treasure, but obviously going to help him to gather his 100 wood for a house a bit faster, which is obviously nice as Germany. Lucas is going to go for a small 40 food in base, but still going to speed up his age up by a bit. Kaiserklein getting another sheep, which is nice. We've got a settler treasure over here, but got it by 4 pirates, so it's really hard to get. Let's have a look on shipment sent. So let's check the decks. We've got some kind of a water deck for Lucas. He's got 3 boats in deck, 5 boats, these 2 really powerful warships. He's also got 10 ninjas, which is curious, but interesting shipment. And for Kaiser, what do we have? We have an FI deck, actually really industrial focused. I quite like that, to be honest. I know that Sampo has been doing that as Germany versus Japan, and that was actually quite scary. You can push with tons of Ulans and heavy cannons and just completely wreck Japan like that. But we'll see if he decides to go for that. Kaiserklein being a really standard player most of the time, but it could be a nice surprise to see him trying to go for some kind of industrial play. Does Knusch have a lot of H4 cards? No, it only have Daimyo and 4 flaming arrows, which is quite standard. But sometimes you have 14 Ashes or 14 or 16 Yumis. I don't remember exactly how many you have. What's that? 2 dogs. Yeah, definitely not bad for Japan. Getting a device strike on the first one, so still gonna be should be getting away with less damage. Although this hero is gonna be slightly low HP now, and but yeah, should be fine. What do we have on this side of the map? We have 120 coin, not the greatest treasure because it's really hard to get. And 105 coin over here, quite nice for Japan. Of course, it's gonna work on that. Let's put the Fog of War on. So Jap is going with the Toshogu Shrine, and I believe Germany's gonna go for the wood job anyway. Gathering 100 woods and a bit more just because of herding. Not sure, he's not gonna go for steel traps. He's gathering a lot of coin, which means he could go for Yulons, could go for Dops, or just go for an FF. Or just gathering a lot of gold to get steel traps ASAP, but not entirely sure about that. So 3 boats for Knusch, gathering wood, shrining the map, pretty standard Japan transition so far. Kaiser is getting himself 40 XP and plus 10 or 8 crack shotting this Guardian. Working on his herding too, gathering the woods, sending 3 settler wagon first. We see Consulate coming up for Japan. He's gonna try to scout what's going on under Germany TC, but obviously you have a really short window before the Yulons pop. He's gonna scout the shore just in case, but I would be quite curious to go for a water play without any water card. 2 dogs coming back. These guys would be nice anti-Yulon raids. So Japan heading a barracks ASAP, and yeah, Germany is making a Raxin base. So what's going on? Did Jap send anything yet? Doesn't seem like it. Maybe Daimyo first? I'm not entirely sure about that. Because I can see the 3 boats, but I can't see any other shipments. So maybe 300 exports or Daimyo, that would make sense. Nice Yulon micro, but these dogs don't do that much damage, so we see 5 ashes for Japan. And 700 wood for Kaiser, and making a few crossbows actually. So what is gonna be Jap first shipment? 5 ashes actually, so okay, apparently I can't see that for some reason. Sorry about that. So he's gonna push with these hashies, but Kaiser got 5 bows now, and yeah, just gonna be fine for the time being. Gonna go for a second trading post, and Japan is following that by 5 boats, which is quite nice. More clubs, more ashies. And 10 bows for Germany plus 3 Yulon. Might just be enough to kite these hashies back. Although they have a really nice speed, so has to be really careful over here. Bringing back the settler wagons on the TC, trying not to get snared by the clubs, but getting the snare. Might go for the Minutemen over here, not entirely sure just yet. Yeah, Minutemen being called. He's gonna maybe try to harass with some Yulon and get the snare on. Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. And now that's mostly hashies versus Minutemen and bows. And yeah, Kaiser has to take a really nice trade over here. Still 1 Yulon up. Oh, kill the monk, kill the monk. Oh, alright, too late. But he's gonna get the snare with the hero now. And maybe Knusch is gonna leave 1 hashi behind. Yeah, that's what he's doing. And he's gonna get away now. Kaiser is gonna follow this. Does Knusch have any stable? Not yet. He's just sent 600 wood. So Germany getting away with his second trading post now. Didn't lose any vehicles. Japan is not booming that much at the moment, although he's got quite of a decent fish economy. I'm gonna make more Ashigaros, shipping wood. We'll see what he decides to do now. Oh, there's the German explorer, but he's gonna die. It's quite unfortunate, but maybe he was in the line of sight of the TP, and then yeah, Jap keeps shrining, sitting on 60 shrine pop right now, and Germany is gonna H pretty uncontested actually. Jap is going for stable with this military rickshaw and gonna go for a lot of hashes, but I'd say this is a really nice timing to age up for Kaiserklein, although he doesn't have the coin just yet, which is a problem. But if Knusch decides to make cav, then it's gonna take a while before he gets any cav on the field. So Kaiser is adding a few pikes just in case, and I'm gonna have the stable himself, sending 2 settler wagon and a field behind on his coal mine. So Knusch is gonna perhaps try to siege this TP. And we've got donation from Autotown Keep. Fix score, please. I apologize about that. Thank you very much for the donation, and the score is fixed now. So Kaiser is gonna sack 1 TP. He doesn't want to poke just yet, doesn't have many units, and is probably expecting some cav from Japan, but not cav being trained from Knuschelbär, and he's gonna just age up himself behind that with somewhat of a better eco. He's gonna go with his hashes over here. He's gonna go straight for this coin mine, and I mean, this would be quite an unfortunate pickup if, I mean, they're going to be in the line of sight, but Kaiser really has to retreat as soon as possible. Yeah, he's reacting in time, which is nice, because otherwise you would lose 2 settler wagons over here. So he made pikes for nothing, I mean, just yet, but doesn't know that Knusch is aging, so he's gonna pick up these 3 hashes. Yeah, it's just gonna pull back the Ulams and pick up the ashes for free, which is nice, but not game changing at all. 3 war wagon coming first, and now he's gonna feel free to push out. Although Knusch is aging, and I mean, Kaiser doesn't have that much of a scary mass to just try to deny the Japanese pressure. He's gonna go with Spike, quite like he doesn't know if there is any cav on the way just yet. So gonna bring the pike, and perhaps we'll use them to siege later on. Actually, Japan's sitting on a 120 shrine pop right now, plus the fishes, so he's got quite a good economy behind that. Gonna go back with these hashes. Perhaps gonna snipe a few pikes. Yeah, there we go, but it's gonna go back instantly. Kaiser is gonna go in with his Yulons, but he's just gonna waste a few. He's got a few war wagons. He's got a nice 8 skirmisher pop at the bottom, but he has to be careful not losing any vills. He's just gonna siege a TP and poke with his infantry, and just gonna clean this entire Hashi raid, which is nice for him. So I'd say Germany is being ahead right now regarding his unit composition, just being better than Japan army, being composed of mostly full Ashigarus. That was quite a bug where we could see one upgraded Ashi and the other one wasn't. But yeah, gonna push with a lot of skirms. He's got decent anti-cav, so he's got the range advantage. And yeah, it's time to push for him. Intervention coming in for Knusch, so clubs, which is interesting. Is he training Hashinagis mostly or something else? Let's check units in queue. He's got Nagis in queue. Kaiser is gonna push this wall and sieging with the pikes. I really like this decision. I don't know what you guys think in the chat, but maybe if Kaiser had a wild deck, you know, with just 2 caravels in the frigate, then it would just maybe pay off to ship 2 caravels and just kill 8 boats. So Kaiser has to be careful here. Nagi HP already for Knuschelbär. It's such a nice card, but he doesn't have Nagi mass just yet. He's got 3 Nagis in queue, but I mean, with decent kiting, Kaiserklein should be able to get away. Although this gate is gonna be such a pain for him, and all his war wagons are gonna get stuck. He's gonna try to pull trick them with the skirms, but gonna lose a few in the retreat. Club's snaring this entire army, and that's just a nightmare to micro for Kaiserklein. He's bringing his pike. Gonna shoot with the skirms, trying to get as many damage on these naggies as possible, saving the cab from the cubs. A pretty nice pull trick from Kaiserklein, getting away from the pressure. A few clubs remaining, a few naggies remaining, but just not enough to clean this up. And yeah, Ulons are going to trade with the cab, and then there's mostly skirms versus Ashes, and Kaiserklein is going to poke again. He doesn't have anti-cap, so has to be really careful about reinforcing Naggy Batch, and he might just get caught over here, so really has to pay attention. Quite an even trade, but this is just good for Japan. I mean, I've been in this situation quite a lot where you just, you know, trading early H3, but you're never really killing this Ashi mass, and Jap with better eco just remassing more Naggies, and then, yeah, getting quite scary at some point. Although Jap is not that much in an eco lead just yet, so we'll see. Now Snow coming up for Kaiserklein. It's gonna send these two Ulons to raid perhaps, or rescue his hero. Would be quite a nice tank, so, yeah, especially since he's full HP. Oh, might be able to find these too. Jap is gonna push out. There's only 6 war wagons as anti-cav versus at least 15 Naggies. Crazy remass from Japan, so has to be really careful over here. I mean, I don't see how Kaiser can clean that, to be honest. Gonna tank with a few veers, but I honestly don't know why people say this is dirt favored. I mean, I don't see dirt winning that at all. But okay. You just go in with fast mask and tanky cav, and that's just enough. I mean, but whatever. Kaiser is trying his best to kite over here, but still many Naggies remaining with Naggy HP, and that's just GG. Jagger is coming in, but still too many cav. I mean, and there comes the GG. That's 1-0 for Knuschelbär. Nila's going to the finals saying Knuschelbär. I think mathematically this is just enough for the Nila Ninjas to go to the finals no matter what. I didn't check the standings just yet, but yeah, I'll just believe him, and very nice for the Nila Ninjas. So we'll see. Now Jap is okay. Moving into game number 2. I think this is Kaiser to pick first. Honestly, don't know why people say this is dirt favored. I mean, I don't see dirt winning that at all. But okay. Just go in with fast mask and tanky cav, and that's just enough. But whatever. Kaiser is trying his best to fight over here. So many Naggies remaining with Naggy HP. Jagger's coming in, but still too many cav. I mean. And there comes the GG. That's 1-0 for Knuschelbär. So yeah, waiting for Kaiserklein pick. Okay, Kaiser is picking and locking Iroh this time. And Knuschelbär is gonna respond to that with Germany. So let's green up into this game number 2. Score is currently 1-1 for Knuschelbär. So we'll see. I don't know a lot about this matchup. Some say it's slightly Jura favored because they have a better fortress with more units. Although Hero can totally play H2, I think, versus Germany. But we'll see. We have a coin start this time. I'm gonna remove that. So Knusch is gonna go for a market, and Hero probably not for anything unless he can find a really nice treasure. Knusch is gonna work on this 80-foot treasure. Forgot to restart my game, so we don't have any sound for now. Sorry about that. It's gonna get himself a Renegado, which is quite good. I'm gonna get also a Cherokee Rifleman. Knusch is gonna get himself another 60 food, but this is gonna get spotted by Kaiser. So meanwhile, he might just decide to work on his 135 XP, sorry, or just try to go for the hero straight away. But it's a pretty good start for Knusch, getting already 140 food in total. Kaiser is going to try to chase this hero, but Knusch should be able to get back under his TC safely. We do have a CDB on top, and 2 settlers over here, and another 90 food for 2 wolves, which is quite good. Knusch is going to try to go for that. It hasn't been scouted by Kaiser, but he's on the way right now, so should be quite good for him if he can snare this hero. Knusch doesn't have a crack shot either, so yeah, he's gonna lose his hero over here. Nice pick up for Kaiser. Just gonna fight the bear straight away and get himself another native. And Kaiser is going for 3 wheels first and 2 settler wagon for Knusch, so pretty standard opening. Oh, so Kaiser is gonna go fast age this time, and he's gonna get away with it because he's got 135 XP treasure. So gonna get a shipment ready as soon as he ages up. I didn't check the hounds at all, I apologize. but one, two. Yeah, both players have a second and a third hunt. Just need to hurt a bit. So Kaiser is gonna work on a TP and probably gonna sheep for Kenny first. You have to time it perfectly with your Wahaj, so you have to send it in like about 5 seconds or something. And Kaiser is going to drop a trading post, I believe, after that. Yeah, he's got his Kenny on the way. You can see it on his eco pop at the moment. German hero being still dead, but he knows that some pressure is on the way because of the fast age. That would make sense. Going for a small wall, but the cannon can still go on this side for now. So maybe he's gonna decide to drop an additional wall over here. He's walling, but he's gonna wall his hunt out of his TC too, which isn't the greatest. And for Kanye plus this pet army can be a bit scary for Germany. He's going for a tower in base. Interesting decision, because he can't go for a TP anyway. So yeah, just gonna decide to do that. He's gonna probably lose a Vil unless, yeah, huge pathing issues for Kaiser with the hunts. But he's gonna see the tower. Perhaps gonna try to see, yeah, he's just double checking if Knusch tried to build a TP with a settler wagon or something. Gonna kill the hero once again. Tower shooting on the Kanye, and so does the TC. But he's gonna try to deny these racks as much as possible. Apparently he's got pathing issues, so perhaps gonna go straight in siege it. But yeah, I mean, causing a lot of idle time, but losing Kanye is on the return. So this racks is going to go up. Pretty nice defense for Knusch. Although, what's the follow-up for Knuschelbär in this situation? Probably 700 wood first. Got some idle time. Deny the TPs, so Kaiser would potentially be able to go for a stagecoach. Getting a batch of 2 tomahawks, which is not the greatest, but obviously after such a rush early on, it's really difficult. Ooh, these Yulons. Kaiser being quite let's say lucky, not getting spotted by these two Yulons, although I believe that with the crack shot and melee damage you could get away. Market going up for Knusch, but for Kaiser, sorry, but these two Yulon might deny it. Although if he pays attention, he could just bring back the Vil. Okay, a few Canyon going in for raid again, but a few pikes for Knuschelbär. He's gonna try to siege the TP, but Kaiser should have some infantry. He's gonna lose 1 Vil over here. Kaiser getting really weak batches so far, so probably being scared of like an 8 bows shipment after that. And Knusch get away with 3 settler wagon first, so getting a bit of a better eco. Gonna kill a pike here and save his TP, but can't stay around for a while. Oh, I think he's getting really bad batches because he's going for stagecoach right now, which would make sense. And following that with 5 Vils actually, being 2 shipments ahead compared to Germany. Gonna build the last TP and expect stagecoach anytime soon. $700 coin for Knusch, and he's gonna age actually. Kaiser will be able to pick up these 2 free Yulons. Oh, just kill it. I'm gonna trade for 1 Kanye, but Knusch doesn't have much just yet because he's aging at the moment, so. Still these 2 Yulons being annoying. Did they kill any other Vils? Yeah, probably another one. So the eco is in favor of Iroquois at the moment because of the stagecoach. It's repairing the TP, but spikes coming in again. having a lot of views for these two Yulan, sending 2 Kanye back finally. But if he doesn't pay attention, he might lose his training post over here. TC Fire is probably going to kill 1 Yulan and the other one is going to die to the Kanye. Can he kill another Veil? Ooh, that was really close. Saving the TP, didn't get a crack shot. Yeah, maybe he did get a crack shot on the pikes. But Knusch is going to reach H3 without much damage, and although his hurting is not the greatest. But Kaiser is going to push now. Doesn't have really scary mass of units, but perhaps can go sieging a few houses or gonna get himself a VL kill over here. Does he have a stable? Yes, he does with the free wood. So I'm not going in just yet, perhaps being afraid of TC plus tower fire. Knusch is going for a stable in his base. He's soon gonna have a shipment, and he's got a decent eco to produce units. Although Kaiser is sitting on a stagecoach right now and got away with sending 5 years too, so gonna be in a decent spot now. I'd say it's looking good for Aero, but let's see what Knuschelbär can do with the better unit composition in the long term. 6 spies are coming in around here, which is quite annoying, and yeah, might get this longer house down. Kaiser is going to go back. There's a settler wagon on top. I don't know what for. No, this long house should be saved if Kaiser sends his cav in. Yeah, 7 hyenas. Nice cav micro from Kaiser. So he's gonna pick up the pikes for free basically, which is nice. So he's getting a decent mass of Kanye, and he's got infantry too. And what's in response for Knuschelbär? Not much. Maybe he's got mercenaries on the way, because we still don't see his first H3 shipment. So I'd expect him to go Jaggers and walls and slowly push. Kaiser is gonna go for a raid on top, and yeah, he should be able to find a settler wagon over here if he pays attention. Yep, the settler wagon is dead. So what is Knusch doing? Being popped right now? Oh, he's going Black Riders, actually. Interesting. Black Riders and 10 skirms. Oh, Kaiser is gonna lose a lot of Kanye over here. Not a lot actually, just losing two Kanye. What is he deciding to do? Black Riders are probably going to go for a raid, and I guess Kaiser is going to defend. But he's going to push with the counter composition on the bottom and just send his Tomahawk to defend perhaps. No, he's just going to choose to push with everything and send his Veils back in their TC, but it's like 30 Veils being idle right now. Not really optimal. On the other hand, Knusch has to defend his base at some point, so he's going to send his cav back probably. But it's going to be a long time before, not killing this Veil, it's going to be a long time before these Black Riders can get back into the TC. You're kidding me, like the Veil is just getting staved because of the trees or what? That's actually quite funny. Skirms being on the top, Kanye being stuck on the bottom. So Knusch is going to be fine for the time being, although I'm curious to see what his next shipment is going to be, because he has to push out for gold mine quite soon, yeah. 8 skirms and relying on Black Riders for anti-cav. Meanwhile, Kaiserklein is shipping conservative tactics, and so he's getting really good infantry. That's quite a lot of explosives, but he's got a Wahat securing this hunt, so should be fine for the time being. Kaiser is going for a second raid on his top mine, He knows that there's no way Germany is here, and his next logical coal mine is here. So it's 30 minutes. Anytime soon, Germany's gonna run out of units. Pushing with his infantry from this side and sieging with the Kanye on the top. And Knusch is going for a Yulan raid. Trading wood for coin and getting himself a TP. This raid is going to be annoying for Kaiser. He's going to lose one veil over here, maybe a second one over here. It's Knusch is just sniping all the low HP veils and getting a nice trade over here. Another one maybe? Ooh, that was quite close. So what's going on over here? Not much, just Kaiser running around with his army. A batch of 2 Kanye, and yeah, now Kaiser has to re-macro his entire eco and being ahead in score, but actually Knusch is gonna get probably Jaggers next, and this is gonna be scary. I mean, his coin mine is just about to run out, so he's gonna have to trade maybe to get Jaggers. Kaiser catching a few Yulons. He's got a Shimon ready, so let's see what he decides to do with that. Gotta have to move his entire eco on the top. Infantry attack for Kaiser, getting really nice upgrades. Just keep on messing. Knusch is just going for walls. Can we IP check? It looks like Kinesi style. But I'm joking, obviously. Yeah, going on top, dropping houses, and he's got mercenaries on the way for sure. So this is probably going to be Jaggers. That's a lot of skirms for Knuschelbär, and Kaiser is deciding to go in, but he's got some pathing issues because of this trading post. So perhaps not gonna go in after all. He's losing quite a lot of units in the retreat though. And his hero cannot build a TP just yet. Nice stagger mode to avoid the crack shot from this Iroquois warship. There's not a lot of anti-cav. I'm sure that if these units fight on open field, then Kaiserklein army will crush. But on pathing issues or walls, then Germany should be totally fine over here. Fire pit coming in for Kaiser, preparing for a big fight. Knusch is dropping walls, but these are gonna get spotted. Oh, please don't waste many cannies over here. Yes, gonna lose 2 or 3. Killing the Ville. Knusch is gonna get a TP back. And Kaiser knows that Germany must be gathering on his coal mine at this point. I mean, 16 minutes, obviously. Gonna try to go back, perhaps, or bait actually the German army to come on an open field like this where there are less pathing issues. A few Kine is joining from the bottom, but gonna get sniped. Pathing issues, losing a few free units. Hiding the Kanye on the top. But this has to be go time soon for Hero, and he's got Veils idled. No, Kaiser is just going to go back. And for the time being, both players have really similar eco, and Germany would be really happy to just gather on this coal mine. Knusch is going to push with his skirmisher mass, probably perhaps going to try to finish this wall from the top. And Kaiser is going to move like 40 veils. Or is going for a big raid though. And getting infantry HP now. Veils getting spotted. I mean, this kind of getting spotted by the house, but there are a few Yulons joining the battle. Maybe, yeah, Kaiser is just gonna fight. Just going to fight that. Anti-cav is on the way. Infantry is on the way. We'll see how that goes. This is going better than expected for Germany because he's tanking with Veils, but lose quite a few settler wagons over here. Anti-cav is here. And Kaiser is just wasting a lot of cav now, and he really needs a lot of cav to deal with these Jaggers. And I'd say this was quite a good trade for Germany, actually. I mean, this current mass is like unkillable right now. And you can even see it on the score. Now it's looking good for Germany. So, Knusch is gonna move his Vias to the bottom, but there is a Warheart, so we will have to spend time sieging that. Meanwhile, Kaiser is on top. He's gonna send a lot of Vias probably to try to hunt on the bottom. And yeah, I mean, Knusch is going for some kind of Tetris, just making walls between each others. So Kaiser is going to go on the bottom now, but it's going to take a while, and these wheels are going to get spotted. So he won't be able to gather any food for now. He's got a farm in his base, getting another batch of canny, but there's just not enough cav, and I mean, this German army is just unkillable, I feel. And Germany is slowly securing the TP road too. 8 Ulans also. All wheels are going to go on the fire pit, and this is go time for Kaiser. We'll see how that goes. I'm pretty sure German just raped this fight. Yep, there's one more cav for a hero and just a tons of skirms and Jaegers. And this is 2-0 for Knuschelbär, looking very good for the Nila Ninjas. Yeah, out. So it's Knuschelbär turn to pick first, and what's the next map? Manchuria. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself for a second, quick toilet break, and I'll be right back. And so we are back for game number 3. So Knusch had to pick first, went for India, and Kaiser is gonna respond to that with France. Yep, players are ready. So next map is going to be Manchuria. Having taskbar issues. There we go. So before everything, let's quickly check the map. We've got a starting hunt, a second one, third and fourth, I guess. Fourth being slightly far, so let's say 3. In India goes 1, 2, 3, and a fourth, which is the equivalent, I guess. So yeah, should be good to go. Both have 2 coin mines. Once again, I forgot to restart for sound. Apologize about that. So we've got a wood start. Kaiser is going to drop a TP as soon as possible and gonna get some yaks with these native scouts. Knusch is scouting for yaks in the return, getting himself a nice 50 wood treasure. Going for house, probably no TP. So we'll have to see what India decides to do in this matchup. I believe they have the hedge. No decks being selected by the players just yet. Knusch is gonna scout himself a nice 90 wood treasure over here. And where's the other one? Yeah, somewhere over here. So Kaiser is gonna be happy finding a few yaks, especially when you go for a training post early on. Then you don't have any. You don't have only one scout as France to get yaks. He's gonna scout this wood treasure, but will he decide to go for it is another question. India is just bringing back his yaks and he's gonna go for the 90 wood apparently. And Kaiser is going to crack shot one, perhaps micro the other one. Cutting the treasure this way so he sees if there is any Indian elephants going in this way. So France got already standard deck. So Kaiser is gonna get his 85 wood, but Knusch is gonna work on this one anytime soon. Yep, there we go. And Kaiser is gonna go for another 60 food. So we've got some kind of water deck for Knusch, more like denying water. Lots of military shipments and no crates in H3. But otherwise pretty standard. So India going for a forward aggro forts, being a bit bugged because of these guardians. It's gonna get spotted anyway by these native scouts. There's a free coin to pick, which is always good when it's free. Gonna fight the Ville with the native scouts. And Knusch is aging quite fast actually. It's got 2 wheels and the wonders. Gonna speed up his age up by a bit. Has to be really careful with his wheel. Kaiser is going to be annoying with his native scout. This scout is actually doing a lot of damage and Knusch might lose this wheel. Kaiser is gonna crack this nice 55 coin treasure in the meantime. Now this wheel is going to survive, but he's gonna be really low HP. So market for Kaiser, hunting dog being researched. Working on his herding. And it looks like a map control game for India, forward agra, getting line of sights with houses. India getting away with a decent age of time. Racks going up for Kaiser and steel traps being researched. It's gonna send 4 CDBs first too. Triggering the Guardian into attacking the aggro fort. We see a consulate going up for Knuschelbär, so this could be a consulate rush actually. Siege cavalry by 10% is quite a bad treasure. Kaiser might try to go for denying, but 5 sepoys are popping. He can't see the consulate thanks to his native scout, so he knows what's going on. Just has to pay attention about the flag. See if it's auto or Brits, because Brits would mean it's a rush with the consulate. Auto would mean this is probably still a rush, but with 3 husk, or the eco option with the wheels. $700 wood for Kaiser, making musketeer so far. Seeing the Brit consulate and just shipping a military shipment right now, probably 8 bows, and I'm gonna try to hold this pressure from India. I don't see consulate rush working versus France, but we'll see if Knuschelbär can make something happen here. He's gonna get a nice power spike with 6 redcoats plus probably 5 sepoys. Yep, there comes the 5 sepoys, and that's his timing. Maybe he's gonna get another patch. So yeah, that's a nice power spike for Knuschelbär. It's a really classic one, but Kaiser is ready for that. Shipped 8 bows, got a decent mass of musketeers, and should be able to hold that pretty easily. But we'll see how that goes. Elephants on the crossbows, getting a nice stomp too. But yeah, Kaiser is just gonna fight with musketeers. Could also pop Minutemen if Knusch overcommits under TC. There's a lot of low HP units for Knuschelbär. He's going back with his army now, but gonna lose a few units in the retreat. Hiding a market only now is quite going... I mean, this is just India things, right? Like going consulate rush and then suddenly shipping 3 calling, getting ahead in eco. Although he's got no market ups just yet, so... A few Gurkhas for Knuschelbär. Gonna poke and try to kill a few musketeers here. Poking these crossbows too. So Kaiser is trying to age at the moment. Not eating any yaks though. Oh, this forward villager. Just gonna try to TC fire with the Gurkha, I guess. Gonna lose a few crossbows here. It's got 7 CDBs in the TC, so which is fine. It's gonna fight with them too. It doesn't have the upgrade yet, but... And Knusch is just eating his units with his monk right now. Gonna get away with bringing this one back. More musketeers for Kaiser, and this smells like 2 falconets first. Doesn't have veteran musketeers on the way. Cannot probably afford that. Stable coming up for Knusch and shipping 600 coin now. So probably perhaps gonna have Cav or gonna try to follow up himself, but I believe he has to play H2 now after this quite not all in but really aggressive rush where you skip eco for that. Two falconets popping forwards. Wow, that was quite scary for Kaiserklein, but he's gonna get away, getting really insane volleys on these Gurkhas and Sepoys, and gonna try to push in now. Knusch not reacting, so he's gonna lose even more units. So perhaps not, but losing, getting nice volleys for Kaiser. Going veteran musketeers now. We see a solo raid going on the top. Still no village HP for Kaiser, and yeah, not reacting as soon as possible, and as a result of that, he's gonna bring 5 musketeers back. And yeah, keep killing sours. Just gonna probably leave these musketeers here and push with a lot of units over here. Oh, if he pays attention. No. Okay, so Knusch is going... We'll be able to just poke a bit and trying to get some free volleys in. Fosso is coming in for India, but this is gonna be really tough for India to try to deal with these falconets. He's got a decent amount of cav, but he has to get a really nice split, and yeah, it's on Kaiser to have a really nice falconet defense. I believe cav is gonna come from everywhere, trying to get in a surround, nice volley on these redcoats, followed by 3 cuirassiers now, and yeah, getting this rifle down. Oh, has to be careful with his falconets right now. Okay, India just going in, but all the musketeers in Mila are going to completely wreck the sowers, and falconet's still alive. Cuirassiers on the Gurkha, and that's just a very good trade for Kaiser overall. Falconet's still being alive. Damn, that's really nice defense, and just India losing everything, and that's just GG. And Kaiser getting back in the series, scoring 1 point for his team. Quite vital at this point for CMC. But yeah, quite a nice play overall, and really nice falconet defense, just wrecking this Indian army. That was quite impressive. I didn't expect this fight to go so well, but okay, so we're moving into game number 4 now. So I'm gonna restart my game just to make sure we have sound for the next game. sorry, it's a bit bad without. All the musketeers in Mina are going to completely wreck the sowers, and Falcon is still alive. Courage is on the Gurkha, and that's just a very good trade for Kaiser overall. Falcon is still being alive. Damn, that's really nice defense, and just India losing everything, and that's just GG. Alright, so we're moving into game number 4 now. We're gonna see a German mirror between Kaiserklein playing for the CMC and Knuschelbär playing for the Nila Ninjas. Score is being currently 2-1 for Knuschelbär, going ahead. So this is actually vital in the standings race that Kaiserklein gets some points for its team. Nila Ninjas are mathematically qualified, I think. We'll have to double check that. Let me update the score. So it's 2-1 for Knusch. So we've got an German mirror, and we've got a coin stats. Although Kaiser is getting himself a nice 40 wood, and he's got 50 coin in the back of his base. So both players are going to go market, I assume. Let's quickly check the resources. So we have the first and the second hunt for Knusch, and we have 3 hunts for Kaiser. Let's just tell them. Yeah, this one is just much better. This one is probably not herdable under TC, while this one is. Okay, second attempt. So that's 1 and 2. And third. So I reckon this is this. And this is that. It still looks quite bad for Knusch, to be honest. I mean, their first 3 hunts are fine. This is that, which is also slightly further, but Yeah, I guess we can go with that. This is slightly better than the first one. Not optimum, but not the biggest difference either. So I think we're good to go with that. I'm obviously trying my best to not favorize players. It's not because I'm playing for one of the team right now that I'm trying to give an advantage to my player, obviously, or teammate. So Knusch managed to find nice native scouts, which is obviously quite good, especially in German mirror, so you can spot raids or units incoming. Additional scouting potential for your early game too. So what do we have? A few coin treasures over here. This is 80 food, not the greatest. What do we have here? 150 coin. That's something Kaiser could have gone for at the beginning of the game if you could spot this as soon as possible and just starting on it straight away. So let's put the Fog of War. This doesn't seem to be working. There we go. But yeah, Kaiser getting 50 coin, Knusch getting 30 coin. Both players went hunting dogs, almost the same time too. So what is very good on this map to pick? Obviously 150 coin, but both players probably scouted that at this point. And that's pretty much everything, 80 food, but that's quite a huge hit points investment because running outs are doing a lot of damage. So if you want to go for a TP later, that's quite risky. Knusch is gonna try to get this 150 coin, but Kaiser obviously spotted that and he's gonna be on the way now. Knusch got the native scouts, but he went in this direction while Kaiser is going from the other side, and oh, this might smell like a steal. Oh, that was really close. But Kaiser is getting it, yeah. Checking the chat. Yeah, I get it that Knusch is probably missing a hunt, and you can even see it's more now that this one moved from here to here. But I have to keep in mind that this is German mirror, so usually hunts don't matter early on, and there was a rehost before. So trying to get the players in the most in the best settings, obviously, but also trying not to make them read their games like 5 times or something, because this is quite annoying and you can just get tilted a bit. So perhaps not the greatest decision. Sorry about that, but I think overall this is playable, to be honest. So yeah, in terms of treasures, nothing remaining. This is a wolf, not really useful. There's 80 food though, and Knusch is gonna work on that, which is a nice income. Knusch went for the middle TP, interestingly. Maybe it was closer to this one, or maybe it's a strategic decision, but usually in German mirrors you go for the safe TP. And oh wow, I mean Knusch is gonna get tons of damage done by this running arrow if he doesn't mediate. Stable going up for Kaiser. He's gonna probably crash on this 40 foot at the same time, yeah. And we have Count Christiansen getting this treasure. So both players probably sending settler wagons, although I'm not sure about Knusch actually. Yeah, 3 settler wagons for each. This gold mine is so nice for Knuschelbär. being so close to his TC it's just gonna make him avoid any type of raiding potential on this coal mine. And Kaiser getting a batch of 7 Yulan, I mean 5+2 from these shipments, and Knusch probably got units in Q2. Yeah, he's got 4 Yulans himself, probably gonna get 5th anytime soon. Oh no, only 4 popping. This hero is gonna run away. I believe Knusch is gonna go back when he sees these Yulans on the way. Well, maybe not actually. And oh, the snare from Kaiserklein, and he's gonna pick himself maybe 1 Yulan, maybe more. So a bit of cav micro going in, but Kaiser had the first swing and he's got 1 more Yulan, so he should win this fight really heavily. Nice pickup for him. Got 2-3 Yulans from the wood. Probably gets another batch on the way too. Yeah, it's batch already reinforcing. So now when you have the cav advantage on this German mirror, you can either choose to push the opponent base, killing houses perhaps, trying to idle, or just go for the TP actually. And Kaiser is looking for the training post, recognizing that it's not over here, so it has to be in the middle of the map. And I'm gonna go for a 2 Yulan raid on the side meanwhile. And gonna probably kill a Veil here. No Veil HP for Knuschelbär, which is in my opinion something you really want to get in transition or at the beginning of H2 at least. Kaiser is going to siege this TP. It seems like Knusch is gonna try to go defend it, but heading a Rax, and so does Kaiser. Kaiser got double stunners in queue already, so it seems like Kaiser build is a bit smoother. Not sure if he hedged before. Knuschelbär actually. We're gonna portray these Yulans nicely saved. Seems like Knuschelbär got more Yulans somehow. Kaiser is not gonna take any risks. He knows that he's got reinforcing cav on the way, so perhaps gonna try to decide to take this fight if there are these 2-3 Yulans. But what do we have? Batch of 4 Dobbs coming for Kaiser. It just seems like he's got his shipments 25 seconds before Knuschelbär, so he's getting an advantage like this, getting always more Yulans because of the 3 Yulans, and getting better batches, of course, getting batches before. And yeah, gonna bring the Dobbs. It seems like Knuschelbär is going to try to defend his TP, but he's gonna probably spot the Dobbs and decides to go back now. Oh, Kaiser could have reacted and snared these Yulans and probably tried to catch them actually. But Knusch is gonna lose his TP, gonna retreat back now and deciding to age without making any Dobbs. In the response, Kaiser not doing the greatest herding just yet, but still gets food under his TC and is gonna follow up actually. Gonna send his hero forward to see if Knusch got any Dobbs, if he's aging or something or not. And just gonna hitch maybe 20 seconds behind. So Knusch doesn't have a TP, which is quite big in German mirrors. You really want to get as much XP as possible to just spam units and shipments in H3. And yeah, not having a TP is actually painful for Knusch. We'll see if Knusch decides to Minuteman over here. Although this pathing is gonna be annoying for Yulans, so he's gonna probably lose a house over here. No, he's calling Minutemen, and Kaiser deciding to just go in and just try to get these Dobbs getting into contacts into these Yulans. But Minutemen doing work, sniping as many Dobbs as possible. And yeah, Kaiser probably gonna go back, snaring the Minutemen with his Yulans, still getting 2 Dobbs alive, and Knusch can't just hide that. He's gonna chase them, but I mean, Kaiser can just pull trick the Dobbs and just connect. Ooh, connecting on the Yulans, and wow, this is just gonna be GG. Knuschelbär will never catch up in the Yulan count, and oh, nice Dobb getting in meaning to this Minuteman. This is unfortunately where the hunt situation starts to matter, but Knusch is really getting far away on the map, and Kaiser still got food slightly almost under his TC. I hope this is not going to matter too much, But anyway, Kaiser is just so far ahead. He's got more eco. He's just shipped 1k wood. He's got double military units. So looking really nice for him. Getting vet Ulons, getting even more Ulons. And Knusch is gonna send 3 war wagons now. Going for the war wagon heavy composition so far. While Kaiser is basically going pure Ulons. Maybe he's got skirmishers in queue. Yes, he does. Getting 1k wood, so he will never be housed anytime soon. But yeah, both players moving out on the map, securing the next hunt. Here for Kaiser and here for Knusch. So this is actually fine. And more war wagons for Knuschelbär. It's actually a scary mass of war wagons. Maybe you could try to poke with those, because you need a lot of skirmishers to kill these. Gonna go for a 3 Yulon raid. It's a good way for him to come back into this game. He's behind in eco, he's behind Halmi. And he didn't have a TP for a bit, so. But yeah, I mean, just now, Knuschelbär got more stuff. I mean, the better composition. He had basically pure war wagon versus pure Yulon, but now his window is like closing a bit. And Kaiserklein is shipping 1k coin. Wow, going really greedy here, but he's so far ahead that he could afford 1k wood and 1k coin. Our wound up being left alive over here to spot any raid. Wait, where is Knuschelbär Hunt? It was over here like a few minutes ago. Oh, apparently he backherded the bit, and yeah, now this hunt is like mid-map. He's gonna lose his hero, but spotting a few skirms, so kind of knowing what's going on. That's tons of Yulons for Kaiserklein. What does he have in queue? There's a raid coming here over here. 3 Yulons left here, maybe for a raid perhaps later. He's going for Black Riders actually. And that makes sense. So that's how he spent his 1,000 coin. That's tons of Yulons for Kaiser. And oh, this could be a lucky pick over here. Deciding not to go in, but now Knuschelbär knows that there's a ton of Yulon. Let's see. I mean, poking versus that is so scary. And yeah, this is just go time for Kaiser. There's a ton of war wagons, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Black Riders being a bit sloppy in the retreat, but they would also do some work versus those war wagons. Nice positioning for Knusch actually with this, I mean, this Wonder or whatever, blocking a bit the Yulons, but yeah, I mean, overall. And GG, a really solid game from Kaiserklein. It is like the first Yulon skirmish between these two players. These two just snowballed really hard, and those 4 dubs are like MVPs. Like they did so much in these fights. And yeah, Knusch trying to get to save his house and getting Minutemen and Yulons, but yeah, not just enough. So score is currently 2-2. Gonna restart the sound once again. Yes. Let's not spoil the chat. I was tempted, but so that's when the big fight happened. A really solid game from Kaiserklein. And Knusch is going with Dutch on this map. Interesting pick. We didn't see that much Dutch on this map. So Kaiser could go for a Dutch mirror. I know that he's been playing a lot of Dutch recently. Or he could go for a Civ like Russia maybe, doing really fine on these kind of maps. Brit is also doing good versus Dutch. France on the TP is not the greatest. So just gonna go Russia with something he's comfortable with. So this is game number 5 actually in this series between Kaiserklein, the champion of CMC, and Knuschelbär, a really expensive pick for the Nila Ninjas. Score is currently 2-2. I need to update that by the way. And we have on the left side of the map Knuschelbär playing as Dutch versus Kaiserklein playing as Russia in the color blue right side of the map. Have to keep an eye on the map, just checking hunts, both have elephants. Second hunt, second one, third and third, fourth and fourth. The map seems Gucci to me, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, seems good to me. So let's put the firewall on. Obviously, you have quite a few EX you want to pick up, especially as Dutch. Always nice when you try to age up or just get extra hussars or batches of units, making banks perhaps. And Russia, obviously, if you can get a few EX, you would speed up your age up to 14, which is nice. So we've got a nice 80 coin maybe? Yeah, 80 coin in the middle of the map. What do we have over here? Another 40 coin. And Kaiser is gonna work on that, which is quite a bit risky. You don't really want to give free coin to Dutch, especially on the treasure in the middle of the map. Oh, it has to go all the way around to avoid this tiger to reset. It's actually close. Knusch getting himself 40 coin, but yeah, I mean, this is taking forever for Kaiser, and Knusch can just come and deny it, basically. Will he decide to crack shot it? Yes, he has to, but... Oh, nice trick. And Knusch clicked a bit too early, and now he's going to lose the treasure contention. And we'll have to gather for additional bills. Although in the meantime, Knusch was able to get a lot of yaks with his envoy. There's still one remaining over here. What do we have? Still a coin over here. We've got the 90 wood over here, which is probably the best treasure on this map. Also, to avoid snare breaking, Knusch is just moving forward every time he snares the Russian explorer. Yeah, and now Kaiser is getting away, and Knusch can just follow him. There's no way Russia is aging right now, so trying to get extra damage. Kaiser is garrisoning one ville, but I mean, Knusch is not stupid. He's gonna follow this Russian hero. Probably Kaiser is going to die under his TC with his hero, unless he decides to just garrison every ville. And Dutch is going to age now. Yeah, this explorer is dead, but Dutch hero is dead too. So fair trade, but Kaiser idled his eco for a few seconds, so probably gonna lose like 30 wood. Knusch did a really good job at getting as many yaks as possible. Kaiser only had one and he already ate it, so... So there is Hans over here, and here for Dutch, has to work on that during transition. Did he scout it? Probably yes. 2 forward wheels for Russia. Oh, and Knusch is not going for bank. Oh, he's got Minutemen on the way. This could be a quick one for Knuschelbär. Going really all in with that, but if it works, and there's a forward wheel, this should indicate to Kaiser that there's something on the way. He's got no snare though, so will he pay attention? Yeah, he's gonna escape one. He's gonna probably escape the second one, and I mean, Knusch is popped right now, which is annoying if you go for this kind of Minuteman push. On the other hand, he didn't go for a bang at all, so we'll see what he decides to do now. Kaiserklein might just go for a stable and go for some kind of Capsumite, but and Knusch cannot go anywhere close to this TC, so this Minuteman pop was really smart, knowing that there's no hero, but if you have nothing to snare, then this is not very efficient. Sieging the blockhouse to denying it, but that's like 60 wood maybe for Kaiser, so not the biggest deal overall. He's going for 5 Cossack still, and Knusch is just making banks right now. Oh, the Minimens are over here. And yeah, probably gonna send 2 forward wheels again and just finish this blockhouse now. I don't get why Knusch didn't finish it with his Minutemen instead of just waiting with them over here. And suddenly this is looking good for Russia. I mean, yeah, it's like a Minuteman waste, banks getting late stable, so this Cossack might do damage if Kaiser decides to go in. Stable will go up, but then... What does Knusch have in queue? 3 Haas. Okay, he just queued Haas instantly now. And yeah, I mean, another tricky stuff is that Dutch is on 2 banks and he made the stable just before Kaiser went in, so Kaiser has no information about how much time this table has been up. Not sure this is correct English, by the way, but trying my best, you know. So decided to poke with his Cossacks, but not go in, while he actually had a 20-second window to just do damage before the cav can go out. Now he's got a few Musketeers, 1 Cossack chasing this envoy, and yeah, didn't lose a single Cossack, and this bank almost getting denied. Scary situation to be in, to be honest. Not sure if you would like to push with like 5 Rosket and 5 Cossack under Dutch TC. Because this TC, yeah, with exactly 8 Veers will just 2 shots Musketeers. I think you can go with 7, it's still 2 shots Musketeers. So Kaiserklein heading a stable now. What else? There's 100 food over here, so Knusch might go for it. So Knusch is going for Rex. He just went. He went for wood. He had the opportunity to make a bank, but rather go for a Rex now, which is probably the safest option. Dropping a wall too. Shipping 700 coin now, and might just decide to age up actually. See what Kaiser does. Gonna decide to ignore this wall. Knusch got 1 Haas in queue and could just decide to finish this batch, get 5 Haas out and call Minutemen and try to snare everything. Kaiser got Stradettes in queue now. Just gonna try to siege this house, and now Knusch just cancelling his units and gonna go for an A job instead. Knusch doing a really good job at sniping the musketeers under his TC. Kaiser is gonna push with Stradettes, but oh, this house might get caught. That was close, but there's one Cossack on the bottom. Yeah, I mean on top, just snaring everything. Yeah, he's gonna get the snare. Although a Minuteman pop and another batch of husk could just clean that. Knusch is not making any units at the moment, but he's reached H3 decently with 3 banks and didn't lose a single build, I believe. So this is looking quite good for Dutch, I would say. So what are players doing? 5 skirms, 5 righters for Knusch in queue, and meanwhile Kaiser sent 4 Cossacks and he's making musketeers and Cossacks. And 9 righters first for Knusch. Okay. Yeah, quite the correct decision now, because Kaiser is pushing, so you really want units to hold, because 1k would have been awkward. No boyers just yet for Kaiser, but I'm expecting him to ship that next card. That's a lot of Cossacks though. Both players will keep poking, but Kaiser got just more straight out, so might just be happy with poking with these units. Yeah, perhaps kill a skirmisher over here. Yeah, getting a few picks and sieging the wall also. He's got a shipment ready. Yeah, could decide to go in, but this pocket is just good for dodge, to be honest. Oh, more musketeers, but they might get just sent to death here. Yeah, nice pickup from Knusch. So Knusch is making more righters, although he's popped at the moment, trying to get a house as soon as possible. He's gonna run out of hunts pretty soon, but he's still got this one for the time being, so should be fine for an additional 2 minutes at least. He's got hunts on the top, and his next hunt will be this one, but he has to herd it. $13 straight out, so no boyos just yet. Just Kaiser being happy, massing a lot of Cossacks and Stradettes. And yeah, Knusch is going for mostly skirms and righters, so Cossack Stradettes in the long term will be just more efficient and get better trades. But yeah, for the time being, no boyos, so Kaiser might decide to wait for this before going in, but could also decide to just push really hard right now with a lot of units. 7 righters for Knuschelbär. That's usually a very bad shipment in terms of value, because that's like 700 resources, and you would rather go for 4 Haas or just hate skirms maybe. But yeah, skirm count just enough to poke on these Stradettes, and they don't have boyas, so they are not very efficient versus skirms just yet. I'm actually I was just thinking that Russia would be a garbage save without boyas, to be honest, because Stradettes and Cossack wouldn't be scary at all. But anyway, another blockhouse going up over here for Kaiserklein, extending the contain over here. But Dutch is fine for the time being. He's got food on the top. His next logical hunt would be this one, but it's in the blockhouse line of sight, so can't really go for it just yet. He's going vet house now. So he identified that there was a lot of threats and a lot of Cossacks, and going for vet house is obviously the correct choice here. Gonna poke with skirms. Let's check all units. Not quite sure who would win this fight right now. Perhaps Russia with Boyaz. But if Knusch can get a lot of house now, then he might be fine for the time being. He's got a military shipment on the way, an 8 pop shipment, so it's either 4 house or 8 skirmishers. And now Kaiser is going really heavy on Strelets with Boyas, just to face these skirmishers mass from Knuschelbär. Getting a few free kills, but Strelets are just faster than skirms, so... Oh, Knusch might decide to go in. Nope. Getting back. I'm pretty sure this would be a good fight for Russia, actually. 4 house going plus a reinforcing badge, and this is go time for Knuschelbär. Oh, Kaiser's Cossacks are getting completely stuck over here. Oh, getting Z move on the right is not in the correct position, and this looks like a bit laggy too, and oh, Shred's being out of position. Not sure what's going on right now. Gonna decide to retreat and kite with musketeers, trying to get as many damage as possible on these hussars. Reuters being on the right side of here, just shooting at musketeers and Cossack. Kaiser might decide to go in with his Cossacks now. Might look like an even trade, but I believe this was good for Dutch actually. Reduced the Strelets and Cossack mass and didn't lose that many Huss. Let's have a look on unit lost. Lost 15 Huss in total, so it's like 10 Huss lost in this battle for a lot of Cossacks and a few Musketeers there. 700 food coming for Kaiser. He's got 38 wheels on food right now, so he's gonna spam a lot of units right now. He's ahead in eco, just Russia being Russia. Gonna pick up a free house over here, but perhaps on the long term he's gonna lose his blockhouse because Knusch is just kiting all day long. And another patch of Strelets now. Cav combat coming in for Knusch, and this might be a nice power spike. These Huss are really tanky now. Kaiser is still going forward with his Strelets, but he's gonna waste a lot now. Has to get his Musketeers into combat. So Righteous being in a nice position for Knusch, really nice positioning all game long. This is go time for Kaiser, moving forward with his Musketeers, trying to get as many kills as possible. A nice raid on the top, moving back their 2 Cossack. This is really nice macro from both players. Kaiser floating a lot of food while Knusch bank is a bit low right now. He has to move down on the map now. But it's still quite a close game. Score is evening up, which is good for Russia. He's ahead in eco. He's got 13 wheels lead. He's spamming crates. He's got units upgrades. But still, he has to deal with constant poking pressure from skirmishers, which is not an easy thing to do. He's just constantly trading Strelets for like expensive units like Cav, which is so good. Knusch doing his best, trying to get away from this, and you know, spamming units. Kaiser's bank is really close to age right now. I'm wondering if he will decide to do for that. I think he has to stay H2 for now, but Might go for an age up. I'm not sure about that. Getting nice volleys with these Strelets and Musketeers. Yeah, he's aging at the same time that he's fighting, which is not ideal, obviously, but his resource income is so good that he can afford to do that at the moment. Just training Strelets and nothing else. If Cav comes forward, you just snipe him with Musketeers, but might just give up this blockhouse and keep massing, waiting for his H3. And Knuschelbär should be like, okay, good, I finally broke his first blockhouse, I can extend a bit on the map, but be like, wow, he's aging at the same time, and that's just quite scary. So here would you go veteran Strelets or veteran Musketeers or Cossacks? Vet Cossacks on the way for Kaiser. And Strelets too, but does he have another blockhouse? Because this one might go down before he gets his upgrade, which is annoying. He doesn't have one at home, he's got one over here, but that's not the one researching the upgrade right now. So score still in favor of... he's gonna perhaps retake that again. Getting for more blockhouses over here. Vet Cossack, maybe Vet Strelets or Vet Musketeers. Yeah, Vet Musketeers right now. And achievements will be quite good for Kaiser here. Building blockhouse on the south because he's got his entire eco on the bottom anyway. 2 falconets, and that's actually quite a big deal now for Dodge to deal with. And now Knusch has to go for some kind of artillery or more cav, trying to force these falconets to go down, but that's looking very good for Russia at the moment. More eco. His eco has been untouched pretty much the entire game. Knusch couldn't raid at all, he needed all his units. He's now gonna go for a raid. He made 5 hubs too. Perhaps expending a lot of cav. But this is playing into Russian hands, although he will have to secure his next hunt over here. On the bottom of the map, there's a house here giving nice line of sight. Going for a house raid over here. And getting his Reuters in position, because he knows Kaiser likes to send a lot of Cossack back, usually to catch raids, and that's just very good. Nice positioning from Knuschelbär. Doesn't see any Cossacks coming, so just deciding to go back with his Reuters. And Kaiserklein is moving his entire army to catch these few hussars. This one's still full HP, might just be annoying. Ooh, could be a huge peak of Kaiser, really nice volley. Does he have... No, he doesn't have Strelets combat just yet. Might go Cav combat or Strelets combat. This Huss is gonna do a lot of damage to these Vils. That Huss with Cav combat just doesn't really die to Vils punching. Trading Cossack for a Reiter. These Huss haven't been grouped, so he's gonna lose 2 in the retreat, pathing issues too. Oh, he had a few Cossacks dropping from this table, which is nice. And he's gonna... Kaiser's gonna try to drop a TC over here. He's gathering like tons of wood at the moment. And a lot of coin, but he doesn't have much of a food income so far. Ooh, this could be a huge pick. Kaiser wasn't able to spot them just yet, but Knusch has to make something happen because this is extremely risky, but he doesn't have much choice right now. He's completely out of resources. He's got berries in base, but oh, Knusch made 2 fox and a cove actually. Interesting, but This is gonna be so hard to micro all these units while macroing artillery at the same time. Oh, really nice fucking shot. Really nice positioning from Knusch on this fight. All these threats are going to go down, and there's almost no more falconets. Not the greatest control on these falconets just yet, but it's finally getting rid of it. And yeah, really nice trade. There's still one falconet alive, so Kaiser is gonna force that to go down, but gonna lose a lot of musketeers at the same time. 1k food coming in for Knusch. You perhaps want a unit upgrade at this point, but he's completely out of resources, so he has to gather food somehow. This is a really deciding fight in this game. This TC is slowly going up. They are veers behind, being spotted by Kaiser, so if Dodge doesn't win the game over here, then he's gonna be in huge trouble. Gonna keep on poking with his skirms. He's got the superior unit composition right now, but if Kaiser can get like 30 straight heads or 40 straight heads out of one or two blockhouses, then he might be completely fine. Does the skirms have... No, they don't have the arsenal tag just yet. So DCC went up, but it won't stay up for long. All Kaiser needs is to gather as many food as possible, as much food as possible, and yeah, secure the last hunts on the map. There's still one over here, and he knows that, so he's gonna retreat his wheels over here. He has to bring his army to cover them too. Infantry combat coming in for Knusch, but straight at combat coming in for Kaiser. And if his remass is good enough, then it should be good to go. These fights went so well for Knusch actually. We can even see it on the score. Knusch being ahead, Eco is being quite close. Finally getting all his banks. I didn't see how much time it took to Knusch to get in, but he didn't. He had only 3 when he aged. So I'm not entirely sure about that. These Stradettes are beasts right now, but he needs more than that yet. This is just enough. Let's check all he needs. That's like, yeah, almost 50 Stradettes. Now he can feel free to poke, but there's more artillery on the way for Knusch, and yeah, this is actually a problem for Kaiser. How does he deal with that right now? Does he have a foundry himself? Yeah, he's got one. So he's gonna sack his blockhouses perhaps, and I really need to pee, guys. This is getting really long, and calf combat going in for Russia, getting really nice Cossacks now. Not being as good as ours, but almost as good. And yeah, gonna sack the blockhouses, although he's fine for now. I mean, these blockhouses are not covering much. He's got his food on the bottom, he's got his mine over here, he's got another one on the bottom, so he's fine for the time being. Just buying time, probably gonna train some cores. Let's see, units in queue. 1 covering in queue, and 5 houses for Knuschelbär. Eco being quite close. Army count being quite close too. This is a tense game, guys. We have a bit of a freeze. Which is annoying. Just checking that it's not me. Yep, it's not me. That's unfortunate. So everyone is in the game, everyone can see each other messages, but the game is frozen. Can you see mine? Knusch saying this is so over, but I'm not sure about that. I honestly don't know what to do. Let me ask admins. So we managed to pose somehow. Let's give it a try. Ah, good. Okay. Okay, let's use this break for a short toilet break. A solid break. I'll be right back, guys. Everyone's going toilets anyway, so let's use that. Okay, I am back. Seems that Kaiser is back too. Lovely. So Knuschelbär is gonna go straight for Kaiser's Veils actually. So Kaiser really has to make something happening right now. He has to defend that somehow. It's gonna this looks like really laggy for some reason. So Kaiser really can't go in. So Kaiser lost quite a few vias in this process. It's quite laggy. He's gonna try to snipe some cannons perhaps. Yes, getting a nice shots on these falconets. Yeah, gonna kill the cannons. There are a few hubs in the middle, but everything is a bit frozen at the moment, which is quite annoying. All these Cossacks are being idle at the bottom, but Kaiser is just firing with muskets and straightets and is getting a new blockhouse, but he doesn't have any way to spend his resources right now. He's just gonna Z-move every Cossack in and pray for the best, actually. Going a bit forward with his musketeers, trying to get as many damage as possible, and finally going back with his Cossack, but Knusch is doing the same with his Huss, actually, and this is still quite close. Finally, a few Cossacks going on top of the skirms and just Z-moving everything. But just Huss doing a lot of jobs. They have the arsenal tag on them, and this is a Dutch fight, I believe. I can understand players' frustration right now, but yeah, I mean, this is issues we have on AoE sometimes, so have to deal with that. Yeah, I mean, this is looking quite good for Dutch right now. He has to transition to Mios too, but he's got access to artillery, which is obviously quite good. 20 strats popping from this blockhouse. There's still quite a lot of veteran hussars, and wow, these strats are bugging around, not really firing. And more reveals going down for Kaiser, and yeah, he's still got a few Cossacks to body block, but really has to save these strats. They are the only units that can really deal with this Dutch, sorry, skirms and right to the mass, but not quite just enough. I mean, he's going to lose more veils, so Dutch is now getting back ahead in in eco now, and Kaiser doesn't have any mine, while Knuschelbär is gathering coin from banks, obviously. How many banks does he have? He's got 5 banks so far, but he's in the Bank of Amsterdam. Maybe the church card would have been good just to get his radio at this point if you have coin income that you can't really spend. Still a close game, but looking much better for Dutch now. So this blockhouse is going to go down. Kaiser is replacing another one at home, but does Knusch have any cannons on the way? No, he's got the tower on the way on the middle of the map, so he can secure the last gold mine. Kaiser having a lot of foods, but doesn't have any coin income just yet, so he's gonna rely mostly on Strelets. Eco is still quite close. Oh, finally stray dudes joining the battle. So score is currently 300 to 200, quite a big gap. Usually Russia is a bit behind in score, but not that much. So it's looking very good for Dutch, who has just way more units. Although 20 strats on the way, and all Kaiser need right now is time, basically. He's got a few cav archers, but that's his only anti-cav so far. So Knusch is gonna siege the stables in the bottom, but it's giving time for Kaiser so far. Reinforcing with more units, not looking for an age up anytime soon anyway. What can Kaiser say at this point? I mean, Manchus would be bad versus this compo anyway. Advanced Arsenal, perhaps. But he doesn't have any coin income anyway. So he's got mostly strelets in queue. And that's all he can make so far. 50 wheels on foot. He's just dropped like 5 meals out of nowhere. And I mean, Knusch is going for tons of writers, so this strelets mass is not that bad actually. He's got 50 riders, so he's grouping traders with a few riders. Just gonna pull tricky skirms out of the way. That's tons of riders. He has to kite these traders somehow, but there's more cav on the way too. More threats joining the battle, but this is just looking so good for Dutch. But then 5 cav archers, and they might just be able to hold this pressure from Dutch, killing the Dutch hand cav. But he needs like a tons of threats popping now. Kaiser fighting until the end, but this looks like GG honestly. This is a well, okay, GG. This is actually questionable, but there's no way we can prove that anyway, so anyway. So yeah, Knuschelbär is winning this series 3-2 actually. And this is going to be it for me.